think we know Aries, the unstoppable force of the Zodiac. The bold, fiery leader who charges headfirst into life, radiating an energy that can light up a room or burn down a city block. They are the warriors, the pioneers, the ones who never back down. But what happens when that unstoppable force hits an immovable object of emotional pain? What happens when the warrior's armor is pierced? They don't just get sad, they don't just get angry. They show clear, paradoxical signs that are often misread by everyone around them. In fact, one of these signs, which we will reveal as number 4 on our list, is so unexpected, so contrary to their nature, it might just leave you speechless. Why can I say this with such certainty? My name is Anya Sage, and as a psychological astrologer, I've dedicated my life to decoding the hidden emotional language of the stars, turning ancient wisdom into a modern guide for understanding ourselves and each other. And today, we are decoding the hurt Aries. Before we dive into the 21 signs, I want you to do something for me. Close your eyes for a moment, if you can. Think of the Aries in your life. The loud friend, the ambitious partner, the daring family member. Have you ever seen them change? Have you ever witnessed them go from the life of the party to a ghost in the blink of an eye? From a roaring fire to a cold stone? That sudden shift, that is the key. That is the first coded message that tells you the proud ram is deeply, deeply hurt. This is where our journey begins, with the first and most common pattern of behavior, the Great Disappearance. Think of an Aries' spirit as a roaring bonfire. It's warm, it's bright, it crackles with life and draws people in with its promise of passion and excitement. Now, imagine what happens when you wound them, truly wound their pride. You might expect them to lash out, to explode like water thrown on a grease fire. But that's not what happens first. Instead, the wound acts like a vacuum, sucking the oxygen out of the room. And a fire without oxygen cannot burn. The flames don't lash out, they shrink. The crackle of energy fades into an unnerving silence. The radiant warmth that once defined them turns into a chilling, emotional coldness. This is where we find our first cluster of signs. The most immediate and obvious is sudden silence and emotional coldness. This isn't the quiet of peace. It's the quiet of a castle gate being winched shut. Their texts become one-word answers. Their laughter disappears. They look at you, but their eyes are distant, as if they're seeing right through you. It's a defense mechanism. They're pulling their precious energy inward to assess the damage and protect what's left of their core. This silence is quickly followed by avoidance and social withdrawal. The Aries who once demanded to be the center of every plan now screens your calls. The friend who was always up for an adventure suddenly has 1,000 excuses to stay home. They will actively avoid the people, the places, and even the songs on the radio that remind them of their hurt. It's a stark contrast to their typically confrontational nature. A healthy Aries meets a problem head-on. A hurt Aries pretends the problem and you no longer exist. It's a disappearing act. As this withdrawal deepens, you'll see a profound disinterest and physical distancing. The passions that once defined them, their hobbies, their projects, their ambitions, now gather dust. The fire has been turned down so low, there's no energy left for anything but survival. They will also create literal physical space. They might sit on the opposite end of the couch or find reasons to be in a different room. This isn't just about emotional distance. It's a primal, physical need to create a buffer zone around their wounded self. Have you ever seen a fiery Aries suddenly go quiet like this? Share your story in the comments below. I'm curious to see how many of you have witnessed this firsthand. So the first response is silence. a strategic retreat, a fortress of coldness and distance. But a fire cannot be starved of oxygen forever. An Aries cannot contain that much raw energy, that much pain, in a silent box indefinitely. Eventually, the pressure builds. Eventually, the dam of silence cracks. And what happens then is the second major pattern, the emotional eruption. This is where the hurt stops being quiet and becomes terrifyingly loud. It often starts subtly, with irritability and impatience. Suddenly, everything gets on their nerves. The slow driver in front of them, the way you chew your food, a question asked at the wrong time, all of it becomes a trigger. Their famous Aries patience, which was already in short supply, completely evaporates. They become prickly, short-tempered, and impossible to please. This isn't them being a jerk for no reason. It's the sound of the emotional pressure inside them beginning to boil, rattling the lid of their composure. But that lid can only rattle for so long. And that brings us to the climax of our story, the emotional explosion and the one unforgivable sin. This is the point of no return. The irritability gives way to full-blown explosive reactions. This isn't just a bad mood, it's a tempest. It can be shouting matches that seem to come from nowhere. It can be a door slammed with enough force to shake the walls. It can be a dramatic, theatrical outburst of frustration that leaves everyone around them shell-shocked. This is the release of all that suppressed pain and anger, and it is almost never proportional to the immediate trigger. It's the volcano erupting because of months of tectonic pressure, not because a bird landed on its peak. In the heart of this explosion, you will often find them blaming others. For an Aries, admitting you hurt me feels like admitting you defeated me. Their pride simply won't allow it. So, to protect their ego, they reframe the narrative. It's not that their heart is broken. It's that you are a terrible person. It's not that they are vulnerable. It's that you are manipulative, or stupid, or intentionally cruel. The blame is a shield, a way to deflect the unbearable feeling of being a victim. And then, in the midst of all this fire and fury, comes the most disarming sign of all: unexpected tears. To see an Aries cry is to see a statue weep. It is so contrary to their tough, self-reliant image that it feels like a glitch in the matrix. These are not tears of gentle sadness. These are tears of pure, overwhelming frustration and powerlessness. It's the moment the warrior finally realizes their armor is shattered. Their sword is broken, and the emotional weight is simply too heavy to carry for one more second. If you ever see this, know that you are witnessing the absolute peak of their pain. And now we come to the one I promised you, the sign that can define the end of a relationship, the one that leaves scars for years. Sign number 4, the refusal to forgive. To understand this, you must understand the Aries archetype. Imagine you are a knight of the sun. Your entire identity, your very soul, is forged from the sacred code of honor, loyalty, justice, and truth. It is your religion. When someone you trust betrays you, they haven't just hurt your feelings. They have shattered your code. They have defiled your temple. They have proven that the world is not the just and honorable place you believed it to be. For you, in that moment, forgiveness is not a magnanimous act of letting go. It feels like a second betrayal, a betrayal of your own principles. To forgive the person who broke the code is to admit the code doesn't matter. And if the code doesn't matter, then who are you? The grudge isn't just anger. The grudge is the last piece of your broken armor that you cling to, a jagged shield to ensure no one ever gets close enough to break your code or your heart ever again. This is why a deeply wounded Aries can hold on for a lifetime. They aren't holding on to anger. They're holding on to their identity. So why? Why all this drama? Why the silence and the explosions? Why the pride and the refusal to let go? The answer is simpler and more tragic than you might think. It all comes down to the great battle that rages within every hurt Aries, the war between pride and pain. This is our final and deepest layer of understanding. Everything we've discussed is a symptom of one core conflict. Outwardly, the hurt Aries projects excessive pride. They will act more confident, more arrogant, more invincible than ever. They will post their greatest achievements on social media. They will talk about how they're better than ever. It is a desperate, theatrical performance of strength. But inwardly, they are drowning. They are crumbling with a crushing sense of low self-esteem and insecurity. The wound hasn't just hurt them, it has confirmed their deepest fear, that they are not strong enough, not good enough, not worthy enough. The external pride is a flimsy, paper-thin wall built to hide a catastrophic collapse of self-worth. To protect this fragile inner state, they commit to a radical rejection of vulnerability. Showing their softer side, admitting they are in pain, feels like admitting defeat to the world. It feels like handing their enemy the sword to finish the job. So they double down on their toughness. They build walls. They go into deep emotional isolation, cutting themselves off, not just from the person who hurt them, but from anyone who might see the cracks in their armor. This is the tragic paradox of the hurt Aries. The more they need help, the more they will push it away. The more they crave connection, the more they will isolate themselves. They are a warrior, bleeding out on the battlefield, screaming at the medics to stay away, lest they reveal the mortal wound. So when you see an Aries acting out, when you witness these behaviors, try to look past the difficult exterior. Remember, what you are likely seeing is not malice, but a coded message for deep, almost unbearable emotional pain. Look for the patterns we've uncovered today. The great disappearance, where they become a ghost. The emotional explosion, where the pressure becomes too much to bear. And finally, the wall of pride. The desperate defense of a fragile ego. Understanding this code may not excuse their behavior, but it allows you to see the wounded person behind the warrior's mask. And that understanding is the first step toward any possible healing. If this helped you finally decode the Aries in your life, show some love by hitting that like button. And for more deep dives that translate the stars into practical wisdom, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell. Oh, and you know the drill with content this deep. It can be a bit sensitive. Be sure to save this video, because it might not be here forever.